Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. New mini experiment series starting today ahead of the new Roberto Baggio creator club that we're starting in a couple of weeks. I've nearly finished, got it all done. So I thought, what a better way to restart the Roberto Baggio theme on the channel. I've decided to do an experiment. So what I've done is I've created him. I've not borrowed any info from any old databases or anything. This is my opinion of what I can remember from Roberto Baggio. So I've put him in the game. I've put him now on the game. It's called Vicenzia Calcio. They're actually in Serie C. They went bankrupt last year. Some might know them as Virtus Vicenzia or something like that. Basically, the guy who owns Diesel also owns a football club called Bassano Virtus. He then decided to merge. Vicenzia went bankrupt and he decided to merge the two to make Virtus Vicenzia or Vicenzia Virtus. Basically, restarting with a new club. So I've put him in at the club. He's 16. He's got a provisional contract to sign pro. What we're going to do is, we'll have a look at his stats now. And then we're going to fast forward to the end of the season. See, I think he'll stick it out at Vicenzia at least this year. But I'm interested to see how he progresses. So from here, he had these first, at Vicenzia, he had his first really bad injury where he snapped his cruciate ligament. Then he went to Fiorentina. And then on to Juventus, Milan, Bologna, Inter, then Brescia last. Be interested to see how many caps he gets for Italy as well. Will he win a Ballon d'Or like he did in real life? But we will see. So, I've set him up in the game. He does look pretty good, obviously. The main attributes that I've looked at is his physicals have him not been great. Sort of like dogged by injury throughout, especially with his knee. But then his technicals with his dribbling, finishing, first touch, his free kicks, his penalties, his technique, all very high. His mentals, his composure, his flair, off the ball positioning, vision 15, that will obviously improve because he's only 16. I'm really excited to see how he gets on. So his contract, he's on £140 a week. He has got his £600 a week professional contract to be signed on the 18th of February. When he turned 17. Now, in that, I did put a £10 million release clause in there just to stop him going on the stupidly cheap. They are in the third tier, so I still think they can get a decent price for him. But I put that £10 million in there. They might not use it. They might accept a lower bid. But a big club, he's definitely going to be one of the world's greatest ever players. So, in this day and age, paying £10 million for a 17-year, 18-year-old is not going to be too much of an issue. So, there he is. What we're going to do is we'll fast forward to the end of the season and we'll see how the divine ponytail gets on. Right, here we are. We are now on the 16th of July. So pre-season transfer window is open. Pre-season has probably begun for Baggio, wherever he is. I have no idea how he's done, if he's moved, if he's had a good season. So let's have a little look. So he's still at Vicenzia Calcio. He did sign his deal. It hasn't got a release clause in it, so he's going to be free to move. He's worth 1.8 million. He's had an okay season. 11 goals in 31 games, 12 in 37 in all competitions. Vicenzia Calcio made it into that ridiculous playoffs. I have no idea. That's going to be interesting when my series starts and I hopefully get into the Serie C. It'll be interesting to see how we get on with that. That is mental. Down to 11th to get into the playoff. He is playing for Italy in the FIFA World Under-20s. I think that might have finished. They've won it. That's interesting. He's in the Under-20s. He was on an unused sub in the final. How has he done in the previous game? So they won 2-1. He was an unused sub in the final. What is they doing? He scored a hat-trick, look. In the semi-final, he scores a hat-trick. And then for the final, he was an unused sub, but showing great promise already. So he was actually named, in the 2018, he was actually named the Italian Under-20s captain. He's won a couple of Player of the Weeks. He won the Nations League for the Under-20s. So he got the Golden Ball, which basically means he was the player of the tournament as well. Third place in the leading goal scorer. Supporters Player of the Year for Vicenzia as well. So guys, what I'm going to do is, before we finish, I'm actually going to speed on another year and see how he gets on. I think he needs to be a little bit more consistent. He's played a lot of games there. He might have played he might have played more as attacking midfielder rather than a centre forward. He is sort of like an attacking mid. Oh no, he's, by the looks of it, he's playing up front. He's playing up front by himself. I'm not quite sure. When he played in that semi-final, they were playing a 3-5-2, and it looks like he was probably playing a deep line forward, probably something like that. So he's playing as a striker, which is good. He's natural in both positions, look, in behind and up top. Obviously, Vicenzia, he hasn't got many. I don't think he got many assists. Well, 5 assists, not bad. I suppose he's up front by himself. They're definitely relying on him to score the goals. So what we'll do is we're going to fast forward another season, a full year, and let's see if it can really kick on. Right, guys, here we are. 15th of July, 2020. Portugal have just lifted the European Championship by the look of it. Mancini's quit, so obviously Italy have not had a decent championship. Let's have a look. Is Roberto still at Vicenzia? No. He's gone to Lokomotiv Moscow. Well, I didn't see that one. I didn't see that one coming. What a random move. He'd started really well for Vicenzia. 18-19, higher average rating. He left for 2.4 million. Not had a great time of it. That must have been probably the end of their season. How's he doing injury wise? Whoa, major ham, just a strain. Just niggles, so he's not too bad. He's not too bad there. He's still not broken into the Italian squad. Capped under 20s, he is with the under 23s as well. He's got 2 years to run on his deal. No release clause. So what we'll do is we will fast forward. Next episode, we will fast forward 2 years. And then another 2 years. So we'll come back at the end of... So we'll come back mid-July 2022. And see if he's managed to get back across to Italy. Not a great move, a very, very random move. They've got themselves a bargain. I imagine when they do sell him on, they're going to be looking at that going to be well over 10 million. Vicenzia themselves are still in Girona B. They were 5th. I imagine they were going pretty well up until the point. Baggio must have left them in the sort of like the mid-season. Yeah, went in February. So he's only just gone. So, there you go, guys. Bit of a Russian adventure. They've spent a bit of money of Lokomotiv Moscow. So what I've done is I've added the Russian database, the Russian league in. So that will be in for next episode. So we're going to fast forward 2 years, see how he gets on. They've spent a lot of money. They're in the Europa League, so we can track him that way as well. And that's it. If you enjoyed today's episode, please leave a like in there. Let me know what you think to the move. I don't think it was a move that Baggio would have probably ever done, moving that far away from home and going to Russia of all places. But I do think this is probably just a stepping stone move to either coming back and before coming back to Italy or going to one of the other nations, the bigger leagues, and being a part of one of those big European powerhouses. So, thank you very much for watching. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. We have got a new series starting. A backstory of Baggio managing a new club in Italy, Serie D, called Caldogno Calcio. I'm going to take on the role as Baggio like I did with the Journeyman, but we're going to start in Serie D, see if we can get through up into the Serie A. Along the way, we've got a little story to play out with. We've got a bit of a sugar daddy, which will all be explained in a video that'll be out some point next week. So stay tuned for that, and we will see you tomorrow for the United Way. Next episode of Baggio's Experiment will be out Tuesday morning. Thanks, guys. See you later.